This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And I'm HiddenXperia. /
What is happening on that screen?
Obviously, we're glitching out.
Is barfing.
We're glitching out. Okay. All right. Red Dead Redemption trailer. All right.
Yeah,
well,
what's the day, Chris?
Oh yeah, it's Throwback Thursday. Do you want me to give the intro then? Here, I'll give you the intro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption is a Western action adventure game developed by Rockstar.
It's
San
Grand
Diego.
Theft Horses.
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh gosh, I've never heard that before. Okay, and published by Rockstar Games, a spiritual successor to 2004's Red Dead Revolver, it is the second game in the Red Dead series and was released for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 in May 2010. Red Dead Redemption is set during the decline of the American frontier in the year 1911 and follows John Marston, former outlaw whose wife and son are taken hostage by the government and ransomed for his services as a hired gun. Having no other choice, Marston sets out to bring 3 members of his former gang to justice. Unless you're me and you put in Undead Nightmare first and his wife and child die, becoming zombies.
Super confusing.
And you're like, why? What is going on in this story? And then you're walking around an undead nightmare of a video game, and you're confused. And then you realize, oh, there was 2 discs in this case. Whoops, I put the wrong one in. Oh well, it's zombies. I'll just keep playing this version. And then you kill Bigfoot and you cry and you go back to bed.
Best summary of that game ever.
All right, so it was released on May 18th, 2010. I think I already said that. And it shipped over 17 million copies. And it is a pretty game. I liked my short experience with it, but as we discussed off air, I also have a really hard time getting into Rockstar games, to be totally honest with you. Like, is Saints Row a Rockstar game too?
No, that's Ubisoft, I think.
Okay, well, that game feels like GTA, and so I've had a hard time getting into that as well. A more comical GTA, which is kind of hard to do because GTA is kind of comical to begin with.
Yeah.
There's so many good memes about GTA, like the guy rolling through the drive-thru and ordering like 55 cheeseburgers.
Big Smoke's order.
Yeah, exactly. But Red Dead Redemption, it's a game that I like. If I'm just wanting to do something mindless and just wander around in a Western undead zombie nightmare, I go play that. But I really don't usually feel like playing zombie games that aren't Dead Rising. So.
I have a different take in this game. So
Okay.
I like the older GTA games, like San Andreas, Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3. And I don't think I ever completed the story missions in those games. I would just go around, run people over, pick up hookers to get health back. and just, just try to find the largest vehicle you can steal and run over the cops. That's, as any good GTA fan will do. And this the thing is, I like, Western movies, and I like Western, like that time period. So I like being able to be a cowboy. I've always wanted to be a cowboy. I think every little American boy's dream is to be a cowboy.
Every Brit as well. Like it's
it's just a universal thing. Everyone wants to be a cowboy. Yeah. And this game allows you to be that. And again, because it's a GTA game. Oh, sorry, it's not a GTA game, but it's GTA-esque. Rockstar game. It's a very similar formula, but it's basically just, Old West, and you have horses instead of cars. And there's lots of really hilarious glitches, which gives it its own charm. So sometimes, like, your buggies will float around, or your horse will float around with you. And I don't know, those kind of glitches, because they don't break the game, they just make them, like, really funny. And it's something that always happens in GTA and always happens in this game. It just, adds to the charm for me.
It's like that old the Swingset glitch in GTA 4, where you grab a car into it and just go, whew. Like, as someone who wasn't the biggest fan of any GTA game, that was fun to mess around with. The glitches are probably the funniest part. Honestly, I agree with that.
The glitches and the cheats. If you got the PS2 ones, like I loved getting the jet. And I don't remember which one it was, but I remember you could do a cheat and you could fly a jet around above the city, and I always crashed it.
Yeah, I was just like, I think it was San Andreas on PSP. I used to just do the cheat to set it to 5 stars. So like you had the military coming after you,
yes.
And then it spawned like an attack chopper and just fly around the streets. That I enjoyed that. That was fun.
It's the type of game that I always enjoyed the cheats more than the actual game.
Yeah, true. I mean, that's kind of what that kind of formula is, though. And this game, the thing is, I have yet to beat this game. However, I put quite a few hours into it. And it's just like I'm doing this, like I'm running around trying to rope things, just being a cowboy, shooting random things. Have you ever seen the movie Quigley Down Under?
No.
That sounds
Wait. Quiddly Down Under or Quickly Down Under?
Quigley with a G.
Oh, Quigley Down. No, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. Okay, so it's essentially about a cowboy that goes to Australia and does cowboy things. And I always just imagine myself as being Quigley when I play this game. Yeah. I don't know, for whatever reason I like identify with that movie the most.
I think the hardest thing for me is the amount of downtime, or what feels like downtime to me, between missions and between what you're moving the plot forward with. It's just too much going, like too much stuff in. Like that's the same problem I have with a lot of games. If there's too much stuff for me to do in between, like the main story arc, I get bored.
I was a bit like that with Red Dead Redemption 2 when I tried to get into it. That and also the sheer amount of like extreme realism with them, I'm not a fan of as well. Like the amount of like inputs you need to do like the simplest things, it just seems a bit too much in my opinion. That's I mean my experience with the first Red Dead is so minor. I think I borrowed it off a friend, played like a bit of the intro, played the first section of Undead Nightmare, and that was it. Those games, something about them doesn't stick with me. And like we were just saying before we started recording, for example, with like Red Dead Redemption 2, I get so bored with it that like I get tired, and I really wish that I didn't, because the stories are fantastic in 1 and 2, and I really, really love that era, but I just can't play them. There's something about it. I really wish I could, but I just can't.
Isn't there another like Wild West, like Call of Juarez? Is that a similar?
Oh, that's a throwback.
Yeah, I remember seeing it and thinking, is this like some, Spanish Call of Duty game or something? And I was like, and I realized,
exactly
nope, that's not what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing that in game stores when I was really young and thinking like, oh yeah, that must be Call of Duty, but like I don't know, like Wild West Call of Duty. Definitely not. Definitely not Call of Duty, not Wild West Call of Duty.
Another good Western game is Gun. You remember that on the 360?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think if there's any other ones in my collection that I remember. Oh, you got the post-apocalyptic Wild West Rage.
Yeah,
yes.
And Fallout as well.
Yeah,
kind of Wild West in a way.
Because isn't Rage similar to like a what's that movie with Max in the title?
Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Yeah.
I can never think of that name. But yeah, I definitely would equate this to being the closest thing to being a cowboy in a video game.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's unfortunate that I can't get into it for the same reason that I can't get into the new Assassin's Creed games. Too much open world. Too much open world.
Yeah, same. I mean, that said, I've never. Assassin's Creed is another game series that I've never been able to fully get into for the same reasons as like Red Dead and GTA. But like Red Dead, I really wish I could get into it. I really wish I could. And at some point, I'm gonna try and force myself. But when that is, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
at some point.
It's totally though true. Like the games with this style, anything where it gets too open for me, where it's like I need like a path to follow. I don't have every hour of the day to spend figuring out this open world. I like linear games for a reason.
I mean, I love open world games. Like I love Fallout. I love Elder Scrolls.
But those have like I feel like they're telling you point A to point B. Like they're telling you where to go. I don't feel like this game does a good job with that.
With like Elder Scrolls and Fallout as well, there's a lot of visual feedback. Like you're always getting XP or like progressing a certain skill or like leveling up some ability or something, or like getting new armor or weapons. Whereas in Red Dead and like GTA, there's far less of that. Far less of that for me doesn't keep me as interested.
Well, yeah, like Dead Rising, you're constantly building up that life bar. You're taking the photographs. You're killing zombies. That count keeps going up.
There's a visual feedback of things like increasing. Like I'm one of those weirdos that I need visual feedback in games. Like it's like games without progression systems. Like original MCC, I played it a lot, but it always felt like something was missing, not having a progression system or some sort of like XP or something. And that's
at least it had achievements though, right?
Yeah, it did.
Achievements are honestly, that was like one of the most addicting things they could have added to Xbox Live
Yeah.
for me. It's like,
Yeah,
I want the achievement.
Well, that's why my wife won't play Nintendo, is because she wants to have achievements or trophies. She refuses to play Zelda because of it. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh god.
She likes having it like come on the screen. She's like, "Oh, I got another achievement."
I mean,
And she-
it is very satisfying feedback.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. That's why PlayStation trophies were the only reason I was able to migrate over to PlayStation for a little while and not come back for a little while.
Yes.
I mean, it was after I already finished all the Halo games on the 360, so you know.
You can never finish him, Chris.
There's always lasso.
I'm never
Yes.
gonna get the Spartan laser double shot, so there's that.
I suck so bad with that weapon. Oh my gosh.
Well, I think we've degraded from Red Dead, so maybe
Yeah.
we should.
One thing, the greatest improvement that Red Dead 2 has over the first one is that the horse's balls actually go up and down with temperature.
Wait, really?
They do.
Oh my god, now that is attention to detail.
Yes. You can look
The
up
fact
videos
that
of it. It's ridiculous.
There was an animator, there was an artist, and also a scripter. So I would say at least 3 different people at Rockstar who had a hand in making the testicles go up and down with temperature. That
Yep.
took at least 3 people to do. 3 people were required to work on that feature. That is
Yes.
absolute dedication to detail.
Yep.
Jesus.
I think Luke's gonna have to sign up for me. Well, you gotta take this away, dude.
All right. As always, he's Chris. I'm Will.
And I'm Luke.
And we'll see you next time on the CHRILLCAST.